Hey everybody, I'm going to go ahead and solve this quadratic. I forgot to set equals 0 using the quadratic formula. And this is going to be a little bit different than the other one, only in that you'll get 2 answers instead of 1. Now we have already found the discriminant for this problem. And again, if you remember, the discriminant is what's underneath the square root. But I'm just going to go ahead and plug these in to these values. Now again, negative b just means the opposite of b, so the easiest way to do this when you plug it in is just to plug in the opposite here. So instead of negative 3, I'm going to just put positive 3. And then the rest I'm just plugging in. So b squared, so b squared minus 4ac all over 2 times a. So I recommend just doing the opposite of b. So b is negative 3. Again, this is a, b, c. And then the rest I'm just going to plug in. So b squared, make sure you put parentheses around that, minus 4ac, make sure that's negative 5, all over 2 times a. And again, you can just plug this into the calculator. The main thing when you plug it in the calculator is make sure that's a minus, and make sure these are negatives. So negative 5, negative 3, I think that's it. And when you plug in the second equation, so if you're plugging in the calculator, you're going to have to plug it in just like this with a plus sign, hit enter and get your answer, and then plug it in again, but with a minus sign there. So 3 plus all of that, hit enter, 3 minus all of that, hit enter, and then you'll get 2 different answers. Again, if the discriminant was 0, you would do that twice and get the same answer. Because remember, there's only one solution when discriminant is 0. So now I'm going to simplify this. So 3 plus or minus square root. Now you could just, again, plug this in the calculator. If you simplify this here, you're going to get 49. And then 2 times 2 is 4. Let's see if I can't scroll this. Okay. And the square root of 49 is 7. Now again, remember, this is really 2 different problems. This is 3 plus 7 divided by 4 and 3 minus 7 divided by 4. So I'm going to write both of those. 3 plus 7 over 4 and 3 minus 7 over 4. Well, 3 plus 7 is 10 over 4 is, you could say 10/4, or you can say 2.5, I believe. So that's one solution. Well, 3 minus 7 is negative 4. Negative 4 divided by 4 is negative 1. So again, notice I got 2 different answers, and the reason I got 2 different answers is because the discriminant, which is, remember, this part here, the discriminant was positive. And so, and because that's a positive number, it's going to give me 2 different numbers here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do in the next video is do one where we get a negative discriminant, which is going to be a lot more work, because when you have a negative discriminant, you can't just plug it into the calculator. You have to simplify it. So that's going to be the hardest one for us to do. So just to recap, okay, you're just plugging the values in. What I recommend before you plug it in is just to go ahead, because b is negative 3, just go ahead and change that, make that positive 3. Now you can do this, or you can do it like this. So negative b. So b was negative 3. So you could actually type it in like this, and the calculator is going to give you the same answer. But I found it easy for a lot of people just to go ahead and skip all that, and whatever the opposite of the b value is, just go ahead and put that here and forget the negatives. Okay. Now if this was positive 3, then you would put, so if b was positive 3, you would put negative 3 here. But anyway, if that's confusing, I can clarify that later. But again, we got 2 different solutions, and again, the reason we got 2, and these are real solutions, is because the discriminant is positive. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't make that video with negative discriminant and show you how to work that one out.